let's revisit the way how we designed our individual parts. What I would like to improve on this design now, while this is very good for quickly 3D printing and then prototyping and do these parts nicely interact with each other, I would like now to have a system where the two white parts can be better snapped together and the yellow part doesn't pop out. So I would have to go back to kind of like the space. So yeah, like there. So this is, for example, good. That's fine. And then this, however, what we did here, adding this lip and then cutting this part into it, that I really do not want anymore. So I can delete this, or I could, for example, group this into, it is a group, and then this group I can suppress. Suppress means currently the functions aren't really active, and then the rest of the design here should more or less continue being executed. Yeah, as you can see. Good. So we go back to here. Because I'm going to completely rebuild this, I will also simply delete this. And then delete the group and expand. No, I don't want to delete the group and the content. Very good. So, is essentially on the surface there, I need to have something that sits inside and functions kind of like a block. So how can we do this? This is actually pretty simple. So we did an offset of 2 millimeters. Keep that in mind. And I can, for example, go back here to my sketch, the first one, press O, and say here offset 2 millimeters. Okay. Click stop. Let's show that sketch, and there you see that's plus minus where it is. Very good. So let's go back to that initial sketch. We do another offset, let's say 4 millimeters. Very good. And then here I will draw a horizontal line, and that line should be set to be horizontally constrained. Very good. Okay, very nice. And can we slide this one down? I just dragged it down, or with the M key. Yeah, sometimes it works, so I might have to redraw it by hand. Okay, so the reason why I did this is I have now this profile. I turn all this off there. Very nice. That profile, I do another revolve. So that profile along this axis, not cut, but join, please. There, and see that's still hollow. But I have now kind of like this angle, and my sides perfectly fit over it. So the yellow part can't snap out anymore. Now for 3D printing, we don't want to waste too much material. So our question is, can we maybe bring this down a little bit? Yeah, so yeah, that seems okay. What's the distance from here to there? 2 millimeters. Yeah, so we'll be fine. Very good. Okay, so that solved problem 1. Problem 2, I would like to have a better key here. So a key we can very easily build either out of a circular or a rectangular cross section. So it's kind of like 2 tubes that meet each other, but one tube has a pin that goes into the other tube. To build this, we can put the same into this sketch too. Now we're 3D printing stuff. That means we might have to build things a little bit bigger compared to injector molded manufactured parts. And we have one here. The things don't really rotate. so we can just go away or get away with just one key. The first key I would like to have 4mm for the pin, and then maybe 6mm. So that's actually 1mm. Let's make this 8mm. So we have another 2mm for material thickness. Okay, very good. So the next step is actually super easy. So here you oh wait, actually this we take out, and then we extrude distance to that one, meet on it there. Very nice. And then here we do kind of like do the whole thing this way, meet on that one. That's unfortunately solid, but we will core this one out via the 3D printing. And then this we maybe extend -4, so we have a nice key. Very good. And that basically is it. Let's do a last inspection on this plane. Oh, and there you can see how where the key fits in there. And that, for example, is a pretty secure lock. Wow, interesting. What's going on there? So I have this black line there. Is there a gap? Whoa, there is a gap. Okay, so holy moly, how do we fix this? That is not acceptable. So let's go back to here. This is kind of like the sketch we created. Oh, interesting. So let's make this one 1.8. We make this a little bit smaller, which will result into the issue of this one intersecting. You can see that. Now we extended it by 0.2mm. If we now go to the press and pull and select this and then type in -0.2, we should shrink this one back. Yeah, there we did it. Okay, now we see everything lines up. Awesome. If we want to save a little bit of material, we could also go ahead with a chamfer and say 1mm material chamfer there. So that's good. And we could even change this at an angle so it's not solidly thick, but that's fine. You guys are at the beginning level. We're not really concerned much about material usage right now. Just learning how to do our basic interlocking element. And I would say that's it. Now with all that stuff done, we can go, for example, to the end. And there we are. Looks pretty awesome. Cool. Peace out.